today we're here in partnership with the YMCA to really focus on health, to talk to community members about their health, specifically physical health and their physical activity kind of stuff, because we want to better understand how different people in different communities stay healthy and what barriers they face to staying healthy, and what types of messages, in the media or in other sorts of social media or whatever, resonate with them that sort of motivate them to be healthier. So that's kind of what we're about. Thank you so much for all of you for being here today. We want to have about an hour conversation. I know some of you have to leave early, and that's totally fine. Just take off whenever you need to. So to start, if we could go around and introduce ourselves, and if you could please, every time you talk, no matter when it is, make sure you have a microphone because we're recording. Speaking of recording, we're doing this so we can, have representation of this conversation today. We want to make a video of all your comments, but we're also doing this session at the Goodrich Gannett Center next week. We did another session in the Clark-Fulton community a few weeks ago. So we're trying to, again, go to different communities, talk to different people, really get a sense of what people are facing or what kind of things they're doing, and then making sort of a composite video. But rest assured, you're not going to suddenly show up on television or somewhere where you didn't give us consent to do that. So just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so why don't we start over here, and then we'll go around. If you could please state your first name, your last name, and the community, where you live.
Leisha Battle, Glenville Community.
Okay.
Robert Taylor, Cleveland Heights.
Roxanne Ash, Metro, I guess.
Cassandra Jones, Old Brooklyn.
Raphael Turner, Bedford Heights.
Belinda Minor, Cleveland Heights.
Zelatina Brown, Kinsman.
Angeniqua Walker, Glenville Community.
Hazel Austin, Cleveland, Ohio.
Titus Golden, recently moved to West 25th.
Nicholas Brown, Kinsman.
Do you like Nicholas or Nick? Nick? Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. It's very nice to meet all of you. I live in Lakewood. Gabe, where do you live? Medina. There you go. So we're all from all over the place. So the first question is, how healthy would you say you are? Just relative, there's no right answer. I would say I'm moderately healthy. Probably could work out more if you can't tell. Probably could eat better, that kind of thing. But just wanted to get just an opening kind of icebreaker question. How healthy do you think you are? How healthy do you feel? So,
Want to do a scale of 1 to 10?
Huh?
Scale of 1 to 10?
Not even on a scale. Just I feel really healthy, or I feel healthy, or I don't feel healthy.
I'm medium healthy.
Okay.
I could do some better habits and clean up my act a little bit.
Okay. Others? I'll take this.
I don't think I'm healthy at all. Honestly, I don't eat well and I don't work out.
It's very honest.
I think I'm moderately healthy, but depending on my asthmatic situation would determine if I can get up to work out or not, but I could stand to use a little more running, cardiovascular stuff.
Okay.
I would say that I am not healthy at all.
And why is that?
Because I don't do anything but eat, and I don't work out.
Okay.
So.
Sure.
Completely unhealthy. I do enjoy being active, but I'm lazy. So I'm picky, kind of like a picky eater. I'm a picky active person. I only participate in activities that I find fun. So the gym is not fun. And I work a lot. So very unhealthy. And because I work a lot, I don't always have the opportunity to cook, which I enjoy doing, but I don't have time. So I'm usually eating garbage, so extremely unhealthy.
Okay. You look healthy, for what it's worth.
I would say I'm in good health. Exercise, do some jogging from time to time, and I just try to stay with some fruits and vegetables as well.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Did you have a comment? You've been waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Patiently. Go ahead.
I think I'm pretty healthy for the most part. I play basketball a lot, and I eat pretty healthy, I guess. I mean, I don't feel unhealthy. So
Oh, okay. Fair enough. It's a self-assessment. I'm not a doctor.
I would actually consider myself pretty healthy. My doctor agrees. For what I lack in physical fitness, I make up for it in the way that I eat, which helps tremendously. But now, getting to my age, I just had my 44th birthday, so
Okay.
I'm trying to incorporate physical fitness at least 3 times a week, which isn't hard because I'm a mother of 3. If I just play with my kids, I get exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other comments?
I think that I am more healthy, that's weird, in the summer than in the winter. I, I know I eat better in the summer because I tend to have salads and fruits on my roughage. But in the winter, I tend to eat heavy. But, I work out. I am a dance teacher, so I am dancing at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. Great.
I am healthy. And I know this because I am in the gym 5 days out of 7 days a week. I work out or I play basketball. Or if I don't do neither, I hit the treadmill for about an hour. So, and I'm starting to eat more healthier. So.
Okay. Great. I think we haven't heard from, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name? Angenique. Well, that's actually what I had, Angenique.
I changed my eating habits, so I'm healthier than I've been in my life, 25 years. I kind of work out sometimes, but my eating is better than my exercise.
Okay. Well, okay, so we have folks that are brutally honest about themselves, folks that, or one way or the other, either very unhealthy or very healthy. So great. Let's talk. Excuse my voice. Clearly, I'm not healthy today. Let's talk about physical activity specifically. How often do you participate in a physical activity that could include walking, biking, swimming, going to the gym, playing basketball, chasing after your kids? However you define physical activity, how often would you say that you do it? And where do you go to be physically active? So how often would you say you're physically active in some way?
I want to say 6 days a week. I'm active here at Rainey Institute, walking from the front of the building to the back of the building, getting the children, chasing the children, whatever that consists of.
So just by the nature of your job,
Yes.
you're physically active. Do you do anything outside of your job? Do you walk? Do you bike? Do you swim?
I have twin toddlers.
You have twin toddlers?
Yeah, so I chase them around the house
Yeah.
or outside if it's warm enough.
Monday through Saturday here. In the morning, I teach toddlers tumbling. It can be from 2.5 hours. Sometimes we do capoeira too on Tuesdays with homeschool kids, so it could be 5 hours a day of running around and jumping around and flipping. On Saturdays, we do also teach capoeira. And when I'm at home, I practice not as much as I used to, but me and my father, since I moved, me and my father used to practice martial arts together. So Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday here, and then outside occasionally, sometimes not really.
2-3 hours maybe out of a week.
A week, yeah. Of martial arts? Okay. Nick? Well, you already said you go to the gym.
Yeah.
Sounds like you never leave the gym.
Yeah, I go to the gym a lot. I go to Cleveland State University Recreation Center. Got a membership with them, so I really stay focused on staying healthy. Cause I see a lot of my high school friends and they out of shape, like blowing up, and I'm like, oh, so.
And why? Well, let me ask you why. So you see them blowing up or whatever?
Yeah, like they get bigger and you can just see it all in their face.
That happened to me. I used to look like you. But why is that important to you? I mean, why not blow up? I mean, it's easier.
I want to stay healthy and be able to do a lot of things so I can pass it down to my child. Like, I love basketball. So if my child was to tell me that they want to play basketball, I am healthy enough for me to actually train my child instead of someone else training them. So it's like I want to stay healthy long enough so if my son or my daughter do decide they want to play basketball, I'm healthy enough to go out there and motivate them. So.
I teach 4-year-olds, 3 to 4-year-olds on Wednesdays, dance and art. So that's healthy. And then twice a week, I'm at church for 1.5 hours for praise dance. And I'm here on Saturdays for about 4 hours dancing, teaching from 3 to teenagers. And now I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, for after school to the 6. So I'm helping the children. So I think that I get a lot of exercise. And then I have teenagers at home that, you have to chase those. I have twins too. And
Oh, wow.
so they keep me pretty busy and running to their activities as well, basketball and cheerleader and stuff like that. So I'm really, really busy a lot.
So you have teenage twins, and you have toddler twins. Sounds like you
Yeah, so
you guys can
right.
share your
I
stories.
can share stories with them.
Okay, so I haven't been working out lately at all because of my recent back injury, but like Miss Hazel said, it's way easier to be healthier in the summer, like because I just like being in the sun and walking and jogging. I do all those type of things. Yeah, eating right. Now I'm doing a lot more smoothies and things, but it's just a lot harder for me to really do anything with my back right now. So that's my biggest problem.
Sure, understood.
I'll get this over with. I would say that I walk more. So for me, Walmart is a journey. Sometimes now I know if my asthma is good or if I'm having a bad day, depending on if I can make it all the way around the store. So if I have to grab the shopping cart, then I have to just support me on it. But basically, I would love to do water aerobics, but I can't right now because there's chlorine in the water, and that's one of my triggers. So, just fishing for somebody to have something better for people who struggle with asthma and chemical sensitivities. That would
Got
be
it.
outstanding.
Okay.
Most of my activity comes from work. I walk a lot at work. I do have 2 gym memberships that I never use. So that's where most of my activity comes
Two
from.
different gyms?
2 different gyms.
Okay.
I just
And
don't
what's
use
the
them.
nature of your work? Where do you work?
I work for Child Services.
Okay, and that requires you to be on the move?
Yes, all the time.
All right. I work out I play basketball. I don't really do anything else other than that. But I play basketball about 4 times a week for about 2 hours at a time.
And where do you do that?
My school, Notre Dame.
Okay,
So, or any gym really that's open. I don't really.
okay. Go ahead, and then the 2 folks who've joined us, will ask them to introduce themselves, but go ahead.
I despise sweat.
Okay.
So I avoid physical activity as much as I possibly can, like I said, unless I'm doing something that can take my mind off the fact that I'm sweating or allows me to be physically active without sweating. So I do enjoy swimming. I was raised in Florida. My parents are West Indian.
Okay.
So I went to high school in Jamaica. So when I was in high school, I did a lot of swimming. But moving back to the States, I initially moved back to Florida and left because I disdain sweating.
So you must love this weather.
I moved to Cleveland for the
Just
weather.
to stop sweating.
So I have tried to find things that I enjoy doing. I do love to rock climb. But the closest rock climbing gym I've found is maybe about 45 minutes away from where I live.
Okay.
I am a Sabbath keeper. So much like Judaism, I do not partake in physical activity on Saturdays, and I work Monday through Friday. So my only day of getting anything done, usually around the house, unless I do it when I get off of work, which is not going to happen with a 5-year-old, is Sunday. So Sunday is my day for grocery shopping, cleaning the house, laundry. So I usually get a majority of my physical activity from cleaning my house. I own a business and an organization service in addition to my full-time job. So from time to time, I do some heavy lifting while working with my clients. So much like one of the other participants said, a lot of my physical activity is up and down stairs, walking from one end to the building to the other. I do try to incorporate little habits like parking as far away from the grocery store as possible. But yeah, that's I don't like to sweat. So
Okay. So we have two people join us, and thank you so much. Just to give you a very quick primer, as you can tell, we're talking about health, particularly about physical activities, what people do, and in a second we'll talk about challenges. But we started off by just saying who we are and what community we're from.
Okay. My name is John Cato, and I live in the inner city. And did you want me to talk about?
Just hold your thought for 1 second. We'll get to.
My name is Sheila Sudbury.
And what community do you live in?
I live in this inner part of the city here.
Okay, St. Clair,
in the
Superior.
St. Clair area.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Welcome, John and Sheila. So the first question, excuse me, the first question we asked was, how healthy do you think you are? And then I'll also add the second question, which is, how often do you participate in physical activity, and what kind of activity is that?
Okay. I can tell you about me.
Okay.
Okay.
Please do.
Okay. As far as physical activity, no, about health.
How healthy?
I'm not as healthy as I feel I should be, but for my age, I think I'm healthier than a lot of people that is my age, because when I look at people my age, a lot of them have a lot of health issues. Me, I try to stay on top of, when it come to me, I try to stay on top of myself. You know, if I see someone that, say, I can look at my family member like my mother. My mother, she's like overweight, very overweight, short like me, but she has congestive heart failure. That was contributed through stress. So what I do is I try to work on my stress levels, and I try to get out and walk, because she told me, I don't want you to be like me. Had I known, I would have taken better care of myself. So I treat myself, I learned to love myself in a way that try to eat right, get proper rest, and that's hard for me because I can go to bed at 1 and wake up at 3 and be fresh. So I try to get the proper rest. I do love to walk, and even on my job, when I'm in between cases, the physical part of it is that when I'm dealing with my clients, it's almost like I have to be a weight trainer, because I'm lifting up, like you could say, dead weight. But in all of that, I just try to keep a good total balance of my life, even what I eat. You know, because I'm a junk food person, and I try to stay away from the junk food. But I try to eat right, like the fish, the brown rice, the turkey, you know, stay away from the pork and different things like that, that I know would contribute to my bad health, because I don't want high blood pressure, diabetes. So I try to stick with something simple, yet good in my life, where I can just, to try and just keep my focus on me for right now.
Okay. And John, what do you do? What kind of physical activities do you do?
I don't do much in the winter. In the summer, I'm very active. I like to swim, walk, play tennis. I spend as much time as I can with my daughter, so whatever she does, I do. So we play tennis in the summer, we swim in the summer, we walk in the summer, roller skate in the summer. In the winter, we don't do as much, mostly just sledding, roller skating, and we run on the treadmill at least 3 times a week.
And where do you go to do that?
The treadmill is at the house, roller
okay.
skating at different roller rinks in the city.
Cool.
Sledding is mostly Kane Park,
Okay.
and it's a park in Elyria called Cascade Park.
Okay.
You know, whenever we can find a good hill,
Sure.
we'll do some, and the weather permitting.
Yeah.
And
Have you been to
weather
Edgewater
permitting.
Park? Have you been to Edgewater Park?
No,
They got some.
Yeah, I know it's a pretty
Yeah.
steep hill down
Go right
there.
into the lake.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess so. So, but not as much during the winter as we do in the summer.
Okay.
I just put it that way.
So let's talk about barriers, whether they're your own, or we can talk about people in your family or people in your community. What barriers do you face, and/or your friends, family, or people in your community face with respect to being more physically active? What prevents you and/or people, do you think, from being more physically active? Now we know we don't need to get in your sweat thing.
No.
We know you don't like to sweat. But what else? Or that you're really busy. But what else?
I've had a few gym memberships over the years. When I was in college, I had one. I never went. So mainly laziness. But now the challenge I'm facing is, you might attribute it to laziness as well. I'm looking for something that's convenient. A gym that's not going to make me pay for the whole year. A gym that has parking. A gym that maybe has childcare on hand, so that when I get off of work, I can pick up my child and then go to the gym and know that she's safe, being taken care of and watched while I work out, and then we can come home together. She's my only child, so a lot of things I try to do, I end up not doing or talking myself out of because it's going to make for having to hire childcare. And there's a lot going on. I don't really want to leave her with anyone else. I'd rather keep her with me, and we were kind of like a team. So
Sure. She seems like a lot of fun.
she's a lot of fun. So that's my main barrier, really. Convenience, I would say.
Okay. Others? Titus?
Well, because I work here, and so it's like this is the way physical activity to get paid. It's not necessarily a really big barrier with me, but I think for some people around my age, maybe even younger, it could be video games, it could be TV, it could be just the couch in general.
But if I could speak on that, I have actually found myself talking myself into, you can work out at home, but then it's like, the TV's not big enough. Like I can't see the whole spectrum or my space isn't big enough. I have to move furniture around, and I don't want to do that. And then so that turns into, Christmas time I'll buy that 50-inch, and then I'll start those yoga tapes. But you find that childcare and parking, I work downtown, so parking is like $80 a month, in addition to childcare, in addition to uniforms and lost items that have to be replaced, and bills in general, especially with the winters, and electric bills and gas and everything else that comes your way. It's just you talk yourself out of getting the things. It's like you want to take care of yourself, but there are things that you have to take care of. So you end up talking yourself out of things. Like when you have a moment to sit down, like you said, the couch. It's like I'd rather take this moment.
Understood. If it's okay, we're gonna.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Got to get a couple other people in. Nick.
I'll say what would be barriers for people my age is money, transportation, or they don't feel safe at the place they can go. So it's like if you go to the recreation, I know some people that won't not go to the recreation because they don't feel safe. And then I'll be like, all right, you can come to Cleveland State, it's $40 a month, or it's $10 for a guest pass, and then they say they don't have the money. So, or they say they don't have a way there. So it can be many different barriers for people my age.
Others? What are barriers? Either your own or over here?
Oh, that's okay. I agree with Nick for my community. A lot of people, I see seniors early morning when the weather's good, they do their walking. From a mom perspective, walking's great because it exercises the kids, it gets them out of the house, it burns off some energy. Going to a local high school track. I think many people, the barrier is in their mind. There's always a reason why I can't. If we could get out of that, I think a lot of media images frighten people from going to work out because, you know, they show everybody they're in great shape. You got to have on certain shoes and certain clothes. And, you know, so a lot of that impacts people in their minds and they may steer away from working out. But there's a lot of stuff you can do for free on your own. You can walk them down your stairs, you can do jumping jacks, you can grab your kids and do a workout video together. You know, my girls, they'll say, and I have twins too.
What's in the water?
Exactly. So my sister and I did a squat challenge, and the twins knew about it, and they'd say, "Mommy, it's time to do the squats." You know, so they kind of kept me accountable and motivated me to make it through the 30 days of the squat challenge. So share with someone in your life that you want to get physically fit so that you have somebody to be accountable for who will push you and encourage you to do that.
Others? Any other challenges people can think of?
Yes, I can think of one. Like she was saying, in her community, in mine, I know of a lot of people that want to go to our local community center. And the reason why they cannot go is because they're afraid of the area that they live in, and they're afraid of the young people. I used to see a lot of older people go out and walk, and they would do their fast walking or taking their time. But as times changed, then the neighborhood started to change, and you don't see as many people. To go to the local community center where I live, a lot of us won't go there because of the fighting and the different things that go on in there. And then when they say they have gym equipment in there, the gym equipment is not what I wouldn't even allow my dog to even run on a treadmill, okay? So what I have called up there and talked to them about 10 and 11-year-old children coming, and they can have some time to spend in our local community center. And they only gave me the ages that they represent there. So when I talked to them about it, they said, well, why don't you call your mayor, which I did. I don't have a problem with that. So when I called, they said, well, get with the center manager and maybe they can put together a program for children after school. Because, see, that's the barrier there. Our children have nowhere to go, and they're in the streets. You cannot let them go out there by themselves without you being with them. So me and my granddaughter, what we do, we just take our little dog, and we just let her drag us up and down the street and around the block until we get tired. And that's our little recreation right there. But the barrier is the community centers, and it is the community itself.
Okay, that's good. Belinda?
Again, my barrier isn't really with the gym itself. It's with the chemicals that's utilized within the gyms, like bleach. I mean, I'm not saying not to use bleach, but if you could just kind of find another chemical that's a lot lighter, something that's more kind of environmental friendly. And a lot of times, even here at Rainey, the chemicals when I walk in sometimes are like, overpowering. That literally you have to wear a mask. Who wants to wear a mask that looks like a muzzle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it really doesn't prevent you from smelling the chemicals and things like that. And when people wear a lot of perfume and things, I don't want to have to go to the gym just to have an attack or
Right.
sit on the floor to wait till my asthma calm down.
Yeah.
Who feels like doing that? So, I mean, for me, I have just got a Wii game, and I'm planning on working with that as not to be a barrier, because I don't want to have to go somewhere that I can't make it home yet, or I got to ride to the ER. So that's what I have to do.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just my barrier right there.
Well, of course, you can say as much as you want.
All right, I ain't gonna talk too long. This isn't, of course, for everybody, but I think some people also want to do it themselves, and so not necessarily educated on how they should exercise. So maybe they think, oh, I should just do push-ups, and then a couple months later, talking about a guy, his chest is big, but his back shriveled up. I mean, so being educated on how to work out and how to work the certain muscles in order to get a good balance, I think that's important, and about boundary for people too.
Others before we move on to the next question? Other barriers? Yeah, Roxanne?
With the birth of my child, my body changed a lot. So things that I used to be able to do, especially with me getting older, just had my approaching my 31st birthday, I do feel a lot older than I actually am. Because I wasn't always physically active all the time, I am overweight, so that does make issues with my joints, issues with my abdominal muscles, a lot of movements for certain activities and workout regimens that I like physically hurt or put me in a bad position. So that's one barrier for me.
Okay. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Yes, Belinda.
I think also one of the other barriers is people don't get an accountability partner to hold them accountable. To really be steadfast and immovable.
Yeah, Alicia said something similar. If you tell someone what your goal is, then you feel like, you got to live up to it or you'll look bad. Okay, so the last section is about motivation. What motivates us, or you in particular, to be healthier? Is it something you see on TV? Is it because something happened to someone in your family, good or bad? Maybe they got healthier or their health got worse. And I think Sheila was talking about this. Your mom, you see your mom as an example of what you don't want to be. So what are some of those motivations? What kind of messaging or media or just personal motivations to be healthier? What are those?
Like another participant said, seeing people that you went to school with, they then blew up, and I only been out of school for 5 years, and it's not something I want to do. I want to still be able to run after my children or get up and fit my clothes that I used to fit. Also, seeing the things on TV, they make it like everybody is this slim waist, and I know that's not real, but in my mind, I would like that, to be able to wear my two-piece in the summer or just be comfortable.
Go ahead, Ziltina.
Okay. So one thing that motivates me for when I'm done with getting everything figured out, it's just little, I wouldn't call them little, but health issues within my family, like low cholesterol and heart problems, and blood pressure is really big, so make sure I don't eat a lot of salt and blah, blah, blah. And also, Nick is my brother, so I be in the house chilling. He be like, I'm going to the gym. Like, I need to be going with you, I need to be doing that too. But I actually do have a gym membership. It's just the last time I went to the gym, my back was killing me. So, like he said, you have to be, you have to know what kind of things you can and cannot do. And I really don't know right now, so I'm just... Yes, just go sit out for a little while. But yeah, Nick is definitely helping me.
He motivates you.
Yeah, he motivates me.
I can see that. He's got a swagger.
Yeah, so.
What motivates me is my husband and my granddaughter. First of all, I want to live to see my grandchild finish college. That's my goal. and then after that, I want to live some more. So, but as far as motivation is my husband, because I saw my husband as a man of 200 and about 79 or 80 pounds, and just by getting on the treadmill, total gym, weights, and rolling out on these little things he did, my husband is down to like 175 pounds, I guess.
Wow.
But he motivates me because he did it without any drugs or anything like that. It was just basically just getting up and dedicating himself to get upstairs, to go upstairs and work out, which he have been pulling on me, come on upstairs with me. And I keep telling them, okay, I'm coming. But that's a feather I want to put in my cap. I want to get up there and start motivating myself to get on that treadmill, total gym, and all the rest of them. But he's my motivator, though.
Well, what got him? Did he read something? Did he see something on TV or?
What motivated him was because in his family, diabetes. He's a cancer survivor of 2000 since 2000. He made a goal to put himself on a regimen of vitamins, working out, eating right. He don't eat out of platters anymore. He eat out of a small plate. He don't eat to live. He don't live to eat. He eat to live. So that's what really got him, because he told me that in the year 2000, when he was first diagnosed with lymphoma, he said, I'm going to beat this and I'm going to live. A lot of people don't live past the time that they had given him, but he's doing wonderful. So I figure if he can do it, so can I.
Sure. Alicia?
I would say my primary motivation is my children. I want to see them grow up. I want to be able to participate, not just watch things that they're doing. And family medical history, a lot of hypertension, diabetes. So just determined not to become, part of that group, and let those diseases take over.
And when you see any kind of messages to that effect on TV, does it resonate with you in any way?
It does, because I've seen the effects of those diseases up close and personal. Family functions, like 10 people in the room are like, oh, I got to take my medication. No way. I don't like taking vitamins every day, let alone having to take something. I don't like restrictions. I don't want my doctor to say, you can't have chocolate. No, ever. So I eat things in moderation so that I'm not cut off from it, or, have to take 6 pills to get going in the morning. That's not life. Not to me. That's not living. Yeah.
Roxanne.
My daughter is a really big motivating factor. She's got a ton of energy. She's an only child. So she's an only child, and I keep her with me all the time. So if I'm going to keep her with me, I have to keep her occupied. And she's not one for coloring or books, so she wants to move and jump and run. The other thing that really motivates me is the feeling that my body is choking me, really. Bending over to put my boots on, especially now in the winter, tie my shoes, when that gets difficult, or when I go into my closet to put something on that I bought because I really loved and I can't because it doesn't fit anymore. I used to wear high heels a lot when I was, in my teens and 20s, and now I have to buy chunky heels. I can't wear stilettos because I'm too heavy and they hurt. I can't do that anymore. So I would say my clothing, but mainly my child, because I don't want to restrict my time, like she said, playing with her.
So just to kind of close this out, I'm curious about external motivators. What I mean by that is not family members, not even yourself, but things you may have heard in church or other place of worship, whatever wherever you go. things on TV, things on radio. When you see or hear something, what are some of those like, yeah, I really got to get my act together? What are those things?
So the new season of The Bachelor is on,
Okay.
and all of these girls are prancing around in their bikinis. And I like just posted on social media the other day that it's like, I watch it, and my main takeaway from tonight's episode was I need to get my boobs done, or I need to, have a tummy tuck, or maybe I'll consider that Brazilian booty lift or something. So I think the media and the way they portray women is really a big motivating factor for me, even though I don't want to admit it, because I don't want to say, I want to look like her. I hate, it's the truth, but I hate saying it out loud.
I understand. Alicia? But go ahead and talk by the time it gets over there. Go ahead and keep passing it over to Titus. What things externally, TV, radio, and church, a book you read, what kinds of things, hit you and you're like, I gotta be more active.
Of course, when you see television or magazines, you think, I'm a very fashion-driven person, and so I may look at a dress and say, yeah, you got to be a certain way to wear that one. So that kind of keeps you in line. Church, I would say we're taught to do everything in the spirit of excellence. It's presenting my body as a sacrifice is, something that I believe in. However, I think a lot of times we want miracles and we don't want to participate in those miracles. So
that's why it's a miracle.
I can't ask God to uphold his promise of long life for me if I'm not going to do anything to contribute to that long life. So I would say, spiritually speaking, it is always in my mind to do my best. Yeah.
Titus?
Not sure if this counts, but for me, it's money.
It's what?
It's money, because I work. That's my job, to be physically active. I mean, internally fit. I would have to go back to what we said as far as family, because it's got alcoholics all through my family, and I do be having that one. I mean, I could have one more. Go ahead, give it to me. So as far as internally, the family, as far as the alcoholic problems, externally is my job, and being able to continue to do it, to continue to pay my bills.
Sure. Sure. You can say as many things as you'd like.
Okay, so with me being a Christian, and when I go to church, I try to take everything in and just meditate about it throughout the week, and it never fails when the pastor is saying a verse that has something like something to the effect of we are to do things without laziness. I'd be like, I need to go to the gym. I know I'm lazy and I need to just go ahead and get up and do something, so that definitely is a motivator. Okay, and the gym is like really right down the street from my church, so yeah.
Did somebody want? Oh, go ahead.
Right ahead. Okay. Well, if you ever go to the doctor and the doctor tells you you need to start working out more, okay, that's the one external for me. And two, I belong in a wellness program that tells you need to do this, in order to live a healthy life. But the main thing as far as working out with me is I feel better. I have more energy when I, do physical exercise. And it just makes you feel better when you work out. I really don't need like somebody to tell me all the time. It's just you keep stress out your life. If that could cause sickness too. A lot of stress, and you work out, and the older you get, the more you have to work out to get the benefits. So that's just with me. Now I guess everybody's different, but
Sure.
My situation.
Gotcha. Sheila? Or no, Belinda first.
If I could just piggyback off of him, my doctor actually gives me, I'm actually in a partnership with my doctor. He gives me different pointers that I could try You know what I mean? And one, he told me I want to get to a goal of losing 20 pounds. And my argument is, I'm tired of taking all these inhalers. I want to see myself coming down off of these inhalers because I just feel so pumped up full of steroids all the time. So how do you lose weight if you're on steroids? The other thing that keeps me really motivated is I love children. And I love to do illustrative Bible stories at church. And in order to do that, you have to be, my breath and wind and all that have to be at a certain place, because if you have 30 kids walking around and you're telling a story, they move within the story that you're telling. So that's a motivational thing, and it's a fun thing to do. And it's like, it de-stresses absolutely every part of your body, and laughter is so outstanding,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sheila?
For me, it is church also because I belong to a local church. I'm an elder at my church, and I also leads a praise and worship team. For me, I don't know what it is, but I just can't stand still. So I'm just jumping and moving around, and I'm just going back and forth and getting out there mingling with the people and all, sweating and just having a good time. But when I take and look over and see a 83-year-old woman got a shape like a Coca-Cola bottle, wearing stiletto heels, tight clothes, with her hair banging, her nails pop. I said, that's me one day. I told her, I always tell her I'm coming to your closet. But she motivates me because when I watches her, she's just all over the place. And I mean, she wear heels as high as that stand. And I see myself like that one day, but it just brings me joy. And as the sister said, that we do have to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. So you get out of what you put in. If you, like she said, if you praying and asking God to help you lose the weight, and you're not doing anything to help yourself, then you just defeating the purpose. So when I take and look at this lady at 83 like that, that's my focus point. So it gives me go, and it's like my sister here was saying, when you want to lose that 20 pounds and you have that relationship with your doctor. I have that relationship with a nutritionist, and I don't like being told what I should and can't do, but if I'm going to get to where I want to be, then I'm going to have to follow that guideline. So that's what motivates me.
On that note, thank you all so very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Just want to be respectful of your time. It's 6:30. I know you want to get home to your families, be with your kids. Like I said, there are some snacks out on the table out there. Please take some with you or enjoy them in the lobby, whatever. But thank you very much.